Yo, what is good, YouTube? We are back with another video. Today is June 22nd. It is currently 5:54 p.m. I apologize for the late recap. This is gonna be the last day that happens. Got home late. I was out all day, so yeah, I wasn't able to give a recap on market, but we are back again with another banger video for y'all boys. So let's get straight into it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep this one a little bit quick though, because it's late. I don't wanna, not really in the mood to yap, but also, since the trading day is over, my executions are not gonna show, but I'll show you my P&L still for today. Coming into market though, I was bullish overall. I'm overall on the high time frame bullish. We have this bullish gap being respected. We have this 1 hour gap being respected, right? Disregard this because that doesn't matter right now, but overall coming into today, I'm bullish. We have this 30-minute gap right here from overnight, and we have this 15 gap right here from 5 a.m. right? So as we can see, I did take 2 bids today. There's a reason for that. I was up a little bit earlier today, so I was just looking at market, and this play was just too good to not to take. And so this first bid is, obviously we have this 15-minute bullish gap right here, and we see that we tagged into it, and we had a nice rejection and a nice reaction out of it. Going to the 1 minute time frame, let me really get into the details of it. We see that this is that same 15-minute gap right here, right? So let me just hide that real quick. So we have this 15-minute gap, and we had that nice reaction out of it. And at 6:06, I'm gonna assume this is a news candle. I believe there was news at 6 today, and we leave this high right here. I'm just gonna call it a data high, right? We left this data high right here, and as we can see, we ended up tagging back into the 15. When I got on the charts this morning, this is where I hopped on, so I didn't see all of this, but you know, having all of this in hindsight or in mind, I saw this 1 minute bearish gap right here. You know, I like the reaction out of the 15. We get this nice rejection wick on the 1 minute time frame out of the 15-minute. We show that we are respecting this 1 minute gap right here. We respected it once, we respected it twice, we respected it a third time. So if we want to be bullish, we need to see this gap flip right here, right? And so and then we also have this big old 1 minute gap right here. We have this 1 minute gap right here. So if I'm bullish, I want to see this flip. If I want to get more confluence, I'm looking for a change in state at this candle close right here. If we get a flip of this candle, that means that we are now getting a bullish change in state. That also means that we would have flipped this ultra big 1 minute bearish gap, right? Once again, I'm bullish already, just due to overnight order flow, and we did get that 1 minute inverse right here. I take my longs. I did go break even pretty quickly, just because I did like, honestly, this was just discretionary, to be honest. If I did want to go break even, I could have went break even here or here potentially, but I was out driving, so I couldn't really like OC manage the trade, so I just went break even right here. Okay, I'm lying. I went break even once we got a full close above this candle. If I did go break even, I would have been stopped out. I went break even once we got a full close above this candle. As we could see, once we got above this candle, we really didn't come back to entry. As we can see right here though, this is pretty important. Once we tag this, once we sweep out this no wick candle right here, we see a nice rejection, and that really is what I want to see, you know, some type of pullback. But if we do want to continue to be bullish, this 1 minute bearish inverse needs to hold, and as you can see, it does. And I end up taking this to my data high right for a solid 62 points. That was my first play of the day, something real calm, real simple, real sweet, right? And that was at 7:04 to 7:30, so 26-minute play. Later into the day though, at 8 o'clock, we left these relative equal lows that also once again have no wicks. This is the second time I'm seeing this today, which isn't really common, I should say. But we leave these no wick lows at 8 a.m. and as you can see, demarcated by this line right here, we had a 30-minute unmitigated bullish rally gap, right? So coming into market open, it's still the same ideas in my head, right? Let me come to the 15 real quick. And let me, is this 8:30 open? It is. So as we can see right here, we had this 15-minute gap, right? We had this 15-minute gap, and then we also had this 30-minute that was unmitigated at the time, right? We had this 30-minute unmitigated gap. So if I'm bullish, I want to see a tap into either this 15 that we have marked out here, or a tap into this 30-minute, right? And at this time, we did tag into the 15 off the open, or prior to the market opening. So technically this isn't a Judas, and I was kind of hoping for a Judas out of this 15-minute gap, right? And okay, I kind of just spoiled it, but I love this reaction, and I wanted this bad right here, but I was like, let me wait. I would have taken this 30-second inverse. If you take this 30-second inverse, you could probably take it to these highs. I think you would have got a break even though, if you are targeting these highs. Let's see. No, this would have hit. This would have hit, right? But I didn't take that play. Why didn't I? Because I wanted to see these relative lows get hit once again, right? I want to see this get swept, and then from there I'm looking for a bullish move to the upside, right? And so we end up getting that sweep, right? And now you get your classic 8:30 Judas, where you get a sweep of the lows, you get a tap into a unmitigated gap with a inverse fair value gap, and you're just taking it back to the upside. And if we go to the 30-second, which we are on, we see that we just get such a good play, right? We get a nice displacement candle up, and no drawdown, and we just rip through and we take out these highs that we left. So those are my two plays for today. I think was there a 1 minute gap? Let's see. There was a 1 minute gap, but I wasn't gonna wait for it. I think there comes a certain point in time where you just need to be discretionary. You know, if you like the move, you can't be waiting for the highest quote unquote time frame. And I really like this 30-second. I got a perfect entry on it, and I got a perfect exit as well. Here's my trade for today. I made $6,500. Shout out to God, man. First trade of the week, or first two trades of the week, we are up to, no, okay. Across 4 accounts, of course. Yeah. Anyways, I hope that boys caught a dub. If not, keep grinding, keep staying motivated, because you're next. You feel me? Always, why not us? Always shout out to God, man. He's really doing his biggest one. Yeah, I think that's it. Hope your boys caught a dub. If not, woot woot whoop.